Hello, thank you so much for joining me, and today we're going to be doing crafts with mudlarking finds. Finally, I'm going to do a craft with this handle that I found when we went to Daisy Nook. So it was quite a few weeks ago now. And I read in one of the I read all the comments, obviously. But Rosemary, you know Rosemary who thinks makes a star. Well, that Rosemary, she came up with a fabulous idea. There was quite a few good ideas actually, but for some reason, Rosemary's idea stuck in my mind. Okay, and it was an idea with this handle and a piece of driftwood, which I actually picked up Reddish Vale after I had read her comment. I picked up this piece of driftwood because luckily it's the right size, because she said use the handle, piece of driftwood and some clips on it or under it, whatever, some clips. So I have clips in here, which I'll show you there. So I think we'll put two clips on, big ones, two big clips on, shall we? Two large clip, that one looks the same. Two matching clips on. But I'm going to do some other things as well. Let's see. I mean, I had these for ages. Can you see? These. I just picked them up because I thought, you know, they'll look nice on something one day. And I think, oops, sorry. I think today might be that day. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, I've got these. What else have I got? I've got wire. Okay, so I picked up some wire. Just some old wire. I have got new wire, but I picked up this one especially. I've got chain in case the wire doesn't work. I've actually got some of this. This isn't old, it's just made to look old. But you just join it with some little, let me get it, some little joiny things. There, you see. Just join it with those. You cut it and join it. That's if the wire doesn't work or if we need it. So right, what I fancy doing actually is decopatching onto here some of the old newspaper. Let me get it. Now, when we went to Snowy Dump, for want of a better word, because it's not snowy anymore, I found a newspaper. Now, let's see. I found an old newspaper. Let me just get a few pieces out. I found an old newspaper. It was all stuck together. Okay, so I dried it out and then very, very carefully, over a very long period of time, separated it all and put it in this box so that I can use it for decopatching. Okay. Right, so I'm going to use some of that newspaper, only a little bit, just a couple of pieces. And those newspapers were dated 1932, 1937 and 1938. So it's around that era. So I shall just pick a couple of pieces. Oh, pick one piece actually, we can tear that one piece up. Just imagine, oh, it's even got the date on that one. 1938. It's still, that one's still together a little bit. See, let's get that there for you. And it was Manchester Evening News. You can see the date there, 1938. So yeah, I'm gonna use that. Put it on here. So I'm hopefully going to do it in a way that you could maybe copy it. So I'm going to try and avoid drilling because I know not everybody has got a Dremel. So if I can, I will avoid drilling and I will use another method so that it's something that everybody can do. But if it fails and I need to drill a hole, I'm sure you can just work your way around it if you haven't got a Dremel and think of something else. Right, so got the Decopatch glue. Now, I could do with a nice container with a cork in to put that in, really, couldn't I? But I've not got one to hand at the minute. You know, like I did with the gilding glue. The gilding glue, I stuck it in one of these, didn't I? That's my gilding glue. I could do with finding something equally as nice for this. Right, so this is what we're using. Where are we? Decopatch glue. Yeah, it's the glue and it's the glaze all in one. Right, so we're going to start off. We're going to Decopatch this. So let me get a paintbrush. Take the lid off the glue. In fact, just let me zoom out just a little bit if I can. Just so you just get a little bit more on there. Yeah. There we go, there's the glue. Right, I definitely want that bit of the evening news with the date on it somewhere. It's so fragile, this paper. Right, I don't need that top bit. Okay. Oops. Oh, and of course, your cup of coffee. You have to have your cup of coffee when you're crafting. Right, so I'll have that piece there. It's this evening news with the date on. I mean, you don't have to, you can just, you know, place it on, it doesn't matter, does it? But if you've got big writing, big words, you might as well try and use them. Police appeal, and then an advert for men's shirts. Stick that on. Just a rough idea of where I'm going to put it. What's on this one? Yeah, you don't have to be quite so precise. You can just tear it any old way. Yeah, we'll have that one up there, I think. Let's tear the end off. That one up there. And that last one there. So let me just bring that round to you. That's a rough idea of what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to Decopatch those onto there, onto that piece of wood. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move it in the right order to there. Get rid of that bit. That bit was there. That bit was there. Right, okay. And I can glaze, I can put the glue all on the front of this because I'm going to glaze it with the glue. So let's get this glue on. Alright, so you place it on your glue and then you glue over the top of it. I mean, you can use PVA, but the Decopatch glue is just a little bit better. A nicer finish when it's dry. It's purpose for the job. Like I said, I'm going over all of the wood because it gives it a bit of a glaze. Gives it a nice finish. Okay, let's pop the second piece on. Oops. So yeah, it's just a nice way of using up that old newspaper that I found. It was only a little chunk of old newspaper, but let me tell you, when it dried and I separated it, there was tons of it. It became quite addictive. Even at one point, I think Willow was helping me. She was separating the pieces, and she was reading things, and then she saw adverts and she was looking it up and stuff. It's very interesting. Let's put another piece on. Stick that one on. And then we'll put that one on. Let's tear that bit off. There we go. Right, the front of that is all glazed, the top edge is glazed with the glue. And so, what I'm going to do, I'll just show it you. Show it you. It's got the glue on it so you can't see the full effect until it dried. But there you go, that's what it looks like wet, and I shall bring you back in an instant and show you what it looks like dry. Right, and there we have it dried. Doesn't that look absolutely amazing? Yeah, I think it looks really, really effective. And that's just that old newspaper that I dug up. Well, I didn't even dig it up, it was on the surface. I don't dig, do I? And that was just on the surface. And I thought, that might have potential. And it does. Look at that with that. Just shows you the Decopatch glue. It's just a lovely, lovely effect that it gives it. So well worth paying just that tiny little bit extra to buy the proper stuff. Right, now I have to think, because I'm making it up as I go along this, so thinking on my feet. Right, what I want to do is I've got these two, and I think I want those two to go there like that. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to attach them with a combination of the wire and also a bit of silicone. You know me, I love my silicone because it sets firm, it's waterproof. I just like it. It's multi-purpose, multifunctional. I really, really like my silicone. So I will, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try it. I'm going to wrap the wire around the wood, wrap and putting it through the top of here so it attaches to the wood. And then I'm just going to pop a bit of silicone behind it and leave it to dry, and that should make it solid. Plus you've got the wire that gives it another sort of dimension. Right, okay, so I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to, let's see, wrap it around the back like that. Okay, so I've put the wire, I don't know how to show you. I've put the wire at the back of this clip and then up through the hole on that clip, okay? Let me show you like that. So, sorry, it's running at the back of the clip, so it's behind the clip and running up through the hole. Okay, then I'm going to send the bit that's gone underneath the clip, underneath it, okay, to the back. Right, let's see if I can get it a bit closer to you. Right, so this wire is now going round the back, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist it a few times. Okay, let me show you, so that it's like that at the front. Okay, it's got the wires going through it. Sorry, I'll start again. Right, let me show you. So there you go. I've now got that wire going underneath this clip, up through the hole at the back, up at the bottom to the back, where I've just twisted it a few times to secure it. Then I'm going to cut this end off here, and I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side, exactly the same. And I'm going to cut the piece of wire off, this piece of wire off, and then I'm going to get my silicone, and I'm going to dab silicone on this. I'm going to dab silicone here, because that will also secure it. That will really give it a good good securing on there. And I'll do the same on that side, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do with the handle. So there, so far so good. I'm just going to repeat that on the other side. Just flattening that wire down, just so it doesn't stick out so far. Okay, so we've got both now on the piece of wood. Can you see? They still work. They would still work like that. You'd still be able to clip, but I just want to give it security to not move, to just stay in that position. Okay, by putting silicone. You don't have to put, if you've not got silicone, it doesn't matter. That piece of wire will do it. That will secure it. Okay, I just don't want it to move from there, so I'm going to use the silicone. You know me, you can use the silicone glue that comes in the tube. It comes in like I don't think I've got any left. Yeah, anyway, the silicone glue in like a toothpaste tube type, or the ones that you use in the gun. Okay. Right, in fact, you know what I'm going to use? I'm going to use one of my new little tools that I got a carry buyer. Okay, so this isn't probably not the right tool to use, but this is the tool I'm going to use because my other poker tools are in the other craft room. So I'm going to do, here's a poker tool. What I call a poker tool. Yep, so I'm going to use this pokey tool. In fact, I might even just leave that sleeve on. I'm going to use this pokey tool because I'm going to get the glue off with it. Okay. Oops, let's move that. So, yeah, I'll show you what I would do. So with this, I would use this pokey tool to swipe off a chunk of the glue. Okay. Let's see, I think I want, do nice 3 big blobs. There's one. Swipe it off. Oh no, I think two. I think 2 actually. 2's enough. Okay. Yep, press that down. Do another for the other side. Squeeze it out. Get a blob of it on your pokey tool. Stick it on the back of that and do another one. 2 blobs was enough, quite big blobs that I got off there. You don't want to be stingy with it, okay? And then I want to make sure that that is at the top of the thing. I'm going to press that on there. Now that will dry nice and solid. That will dry lovely and solid. Right, I don't need to wait for that to dry because I can still carry on with the rest of it. Let me just put that in the water. Just wipe it off a little bit. I've not actually took the sleeve off the poker tool. Look, it's the actual poker tool is covered up. I've just left the sleeve on it. But that is going to be my silicone glue. Poker, whatever you want to call it. Right, so that's there. Let's cover up the end of this. I'm going to release it. Sorry. Cover up the end like so that no air gets to it. Right, and we'll do the next part. Oh, before I carry on, I found a bottle to put my Decapatch glue in. I had this top, just the top bit that I'd found, and I said I was going to put a cork on it, so I glued a cork on it. I just had to sand it a little bit to fit in this bottle, but yeah. So that is now the bottle for my Decapatch glue. Complete with a nice little stopper. Anyway, right, let's do this handle. At first, I didn't know whether to gild it. Then I thought, you know what? No, keep it as it is. I mean, look at that. I just think the colour and the patina and everything is just perfect. It's just lovely. And yeah, I'd use it like that. Why not? Why change it? Right, so my idea now, because I've used that wire, I've only got a little bit of wire left, because I used that wire to put these on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this chain. Remember the one I showed you before that you have to fix? You have to join together. Right, so actually, I think, yeah, these two pieces will probably fit. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, so take this chain. I don't know what you call it. I suppose you get like tags on clothes with it. Let's get the thing. So, and then there's this. Can you see that? And you just sort of put the ball in the big hole, she says, and you pull it down like that so it's attached. Can you see? And then the same on the other side. You put the ball in the big hole. So there you have a chain. You can cut it with the pliers to any size you like. I've got these two the same size, and they should go around there. Yeah, what I might do is on the back, I might secure it. I might secure it with a blob of the silicone. I don't know. Let's see how it goes. Right, so I'm going to do same with that. Oops. Yeah, in that hole. Put the ball, the last one, into that big hole. It's as simple as that. Really is that easy. Okay, let's put that round the other side. Then my idea, I don't know if it's going to work. I mean, it's not finished yet. I'm going to put something in the middle. But my idea is that you would hang this. I wonder if that'll just sit there. Right, because that's going to sit there, I might have to make it shorter. Which is okay. I can do that. It's not a problem. Yeah, that's going to have to be made shorter, isn't it? Right. If you can see, it's going to have to be made shorter because it's this piece of wood here. That's no problem. Right, what we do is take one of those balls. Oops, sorry. Take one of those out of there. Okay, let's try and judge it. Let's get rid of this mat. I'll get rid of that wire. I'm going to try and judge it on here by using the straight line. Okay, so if I have my handle on this straight line here that's on the table, I'm just going to try and judge it by eye. So I'm going to put that where that's going to be. That needs to be a little bit further over. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to silicone this on the back, actually. Right, let's see. That one is going to lie there. Just because this wood has a notch in it here. Don't know if you can see it. It's got a notch in it here, which sends it a bit smaller. Right, so let's put that back on the line. That's on the line. That makes that level. So this, let's have a look. Right, I'm going to try it. There. Right, so I've just cut a tiny little bit off. Let's try it and see. I still think it might be a little bit too long, which is okay. Slow and steady. We'll just cut another two of these little tiny ball things off. It's going to be like one of those haircuts, isn't it? Two off this side, one off the other side, two off this side, until you've got no chain left. Right, let's see, judging by that line there, I think that, now it's going to flip off if I pick it up, so I'm going to do Do it carefully because I just need to see how it is. Right, okay, yeah, I need to glue that on the back, definitely, to hold that on. Okay, because otherwise it's just going to flip, isn't it? Right, so I'm just going to see, I know that it needs gluing right where that notch is. Yep, so it needs gluing all at the back to stay on. Otherwise it's just going to flip, isn't it? Is that the best thing to do? Or should I put a hole in it? I don't want to put a hole in it because I didn't want you to have to put a hole in yours. I'm going to see if I can get the thing off my drill. And I'm going to drill a hole off my Dremel. I'm going to drill a hole in the top. Okay. I think that's probably best. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to drill a hole in the top, okay? I'm going to drill a hole there. I'm going to drill a hole there. Where am I? I don't know. I don't know what to do. Right, I've cracked it. What I'm going to do is when I'm going to glue this chain on the back. I've not drilled any holes. I did say I would try and avoid drilling holes just in case people haven't got Dremels. I wanted to find ways around doing it. Okay, so I'm going to silicone these chains on the back here, right? And then when I put it on the hook, I'm going to twist. I'm just going to give the chain a bit of a twist, just one twist in the chain before it goes on there, and that will keep that from falling forwards, okay? Plus the glue on the back as well, which you won't see. Right, so I'm going to put silicone glue, nice healthy portion, on the back of these chains onto this wood, and then we'll let it dry and we'll come back and then just finish off the last bit in the middle on the front. So here we are with the silicone again. Nice big blob. Good stuff this. It really does stick nice and firm. I'll put it on and then I've got some water there. I can wet my finger to smooth it out. I've actually got the water in a little bowl that I found that was broken. There was a piece of it and the piece was next to it, so I mended it. I'll show you. This little dish here, see if we can find it. Yeah, there was a big chunk out of it here. You can probably still see the line because all I've done is glued it. But I liked it. I like the crackle in it. I just like the style of it. So I have water on here to clean the brushes as I'm going. So yeah, I'll just stick my finger in that. It's only glue, and smooth out the silicone on here. That's how you do it. You dip your finger in the water. It just smooths it out. Push it onto that wood so it's nice and secure. I'll lift it up so you can see. There you go, look, doesn't look too bad. It's nicely smooth. You won't see it, it's on the back. But yeah, that'll dry solid, honestly. Right, so I'm going to do the other side. Do the other side as well. Let's get the glue. Okay. Finger in the water. that water just neatens it off. Okay, it's a bit like when you do your bath, when you're doing the sealant around your bath. Okay, but that will be solid. And you know what? I'll just give that an hour. I'll just give that an hour and it will be dry. But let me show you. So we've got the chain now attached on the back with the silicone that I've used my finger in the water to rub it down. That's to rub it down, to rub it smooth. Okay, let's turn it round so you can see what's happening. We've got this. So when this chain goes on the hook, it's going to give it I'm just going to give it a twist before it goes on the hook. Okay, right, so let's just leave that to dry. I should come back in an hour and that will have a nice enough skin on it so that I can turn it over and work on the front in the middle. I was being a bit lazy. I've actually got a heat gun in the other craft room, so I'm just going to put the heat gun on this just to dry it a little bit faster. But yeah, it's just a craft heat gun. I could have done it with the glue as well, but I was being lazy. I wasn't, didn't get out of my chair. Right, okay, I've got it now, so I'll just blast it with this. Okay, I'll just give that a blast for 2 minutes, just so that it's got a nice skin over it, so that I can turn it over and work on the other side. Okay, so we've got our chains on there, nicely secured on the back. Oops. Right, what I'm going to do now, so I've got that there. What do I want to, right, I want to fix something on the middle here, don't I? Right, let's see. Well, I had these 2 pieces of metal, didn't I? And you know what, I think I'm going to go with that one. I think I'm going to go with that one with the bigger holes rather than that one. Save that one for another day. But those are the only 2 pieces I've found of this, so we should find more. Quite like that. Okay, so yeah, I just quite like it as a decorative thing in the middle. I wonder if you could hang things off it. Anyway, right, there we go. I quite fancy that in the middle of there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach it with the wire. I'm going to stick the wire through the bottom hole there. I'm going to do like I did at the back. I'm just going to twist it. You might use your pliers. It's a bit hard. Just going to twist it. Go. Can you see that there? I've just twisted that on the bottom. I don't think that'll reach on the top, but I have got another piece of that wire. But let's just see where that goes. Oops, that's not good. Came off. That's because it's got a hole on that piece. Right, let's just see where that goes. I'm going to bend it off the piece of wood. That way. Sorry, just bent it the wrong way. There we go. Alright, so that is there like that, but it only goes there. So we will have to attach the other one up here, which is fine. Just do the same as what we did, just twist it. Yeah, so this idea was from Rosemary. So thank you, Rosemary, because as soon as I read it as an idea, I went and I found this piece of wood at Reddish Vale, and I just couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to do this one. Couldn't wait. There was a few good ideas, but that one stuck in my head, and I thought, yeah, you know what, that's definitely one for me to do. Right, there we go, twisted. Right, that's twisted down there, that's down there. That needs to fold. So let's turn it over. Sorry, let's turn it over. Get those two to twist together. Let's get the pliers on it. That's better. And honestly, if anybody else does this, does one of these, you must show me your result, because don't forget you'll have had the at least you won't have to make it up as you go along like I'm doing. You've never been able to follow this. Right, let's see if that works. Right, yeah, I like that. I like it. Oops. Right, let me show you. Okay, I just wanted to add it for detail. I'm thinking maybe you could actually hang something off it. You know, if I put something on there. If I cut this piece of wire here, I might just be able to do one little loop on there that something could hook on. In fact, what did I make the other week? What did I make? I made something with a hook on, didn't I? What did I make? Here. It's up there. Let me get it. I made a bag charm, didn't I? With a hook. Okay, right. Gosh, that was hard work. Right, okay, so I made this bag charm the other week on the video. You would have seen, but that is something that you could hook. Well, actually I could hook it on through the holes, but what I'd rather do is hook it through a loop. Yeah, thinking on my feet, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut off the longest piece of this wire here, which isn't very long. Or, no. Scrap that. Cut that down anyway, because it needs cutting off. Okay. Instead of scrabbling about for like the tiniest bit of metal, let me just push that down. There we go. Yeah, instead of scrabbling about for the tiniest piece of metal, why don't I just make some? I've got this, haven't I? I've still got a big piece of this, and I've still got a connector. I've got two connectors. Sorry. I've got this and I've got a connector. So let's make a loop out of that to put through here. Don't have to be massive. Right, just big enough to get through there. Hook something onto. Right, you know the score. Oops. Through that hole, big hole, and pulled through that big hole to create a loop. Right, I don't want to loop it now because I'm going to thread it through. Now that's going to be a job and a half, isn't it? Right, I've just tilted you up a bit more. See, this is what happens when Mick's not here to sort out the camera work. Okay, right. How are we going to do that? Right. No, that's not going to work through there. I'm going to put it through one of the holes towards the bottom. Sorry, I'm going to put it through one of the holes. It's difficult to do it and show you at the same time. I'm just trying to drop that through. Hang on. tool. Just want to lift that metal up just a little bit at the bottom, just so that I can drop this through. Right, that through the hole there. Can you see? Hope you can see it. Honestly, it's really tricky telling you what to do, doing it and showing you at the same time. Right, there we go. There we go. Right, now that has got a little loop on it, I wonder. Hopefully. This is quite a heavy bag charm. I couldn't have picked one heavier, could I really? There we go. So that, oh, there we go. So, something could hang off that in the middle. Right. Right, I think we're ready. I think we're ready. I think we've done. Put that back. Back there. Okay, sip of coffee. Eddie just brought me a coffee. Right, we're ready. I think we've done. I need to find a knot, so I'm going to twist that. Let me show you. So that, I'm just going to give it a turn, one turn, that's all I'm going to do. One turn and hook it on. Okay, the same on the other side. I won't be able to lift it up to show you, but just do it from here. So that, one turn, that's it, just one twist, hook it on. Okay, now don't forget this is going to go against a wall, isn't it? But there you have it. Somewhere to clip. I mean, this hasn't even been done an hour yet, so this I don't want to push down on that because that silicone isn't dry. But got two clips. You've got something to hang something off in the middle. A nice big hook. Right, you know, I'm just going to tilt the camera up so you can see it fully. I haven't got a nice wall. I haven't got a nice wall I can film it against. So I'm going to lie it on my table. I'm going to bring you to it. Okay. You know what? I'm quite impressed with that. I really like the look of that. Thank you, Rosemary. That was a brilliant idea, what to do with that handle. And I love it. Right, I'm just going to take you off here and I'm going to take you to that. Okay, here we have it, the finished product. We used the handle that we found in the river, the rusty old bucket handle, and the driftwood that I found at Reddish Vale, the old 1938 newspaper, can you see, 1938 newspaper that we decopatched on that piece of driftwood, varnished it with the decopatch glue, and then we tied on these bulldog clips. I think they actually have bulldog on the front of them actually. They're a bit rusty because they're old, but they say bulldog on the front of those. On the front of those clips. You can just about make it out on that one, I think. Yeah, wire. Oh, sorry. So wire going round the back, up through the hole, and round the back again. So it's going underneath. You see, the wire went underneath, came out of the hole at the back and round the back. I tied it and twisted it at the back. And then I got that chain, and I don't know what you call it. I really don't know what you call that. But we siliconed that on the back to keep it safe, secure, and we give it a twist. Gave it one twist, but look at that. I'm doing my playroom, and I'm going to call it my workroom. I'm not going to call it a playroom once I've finished, but by the time the summer holiday comes, I'm hoping to have nearly finished it, and that will definitely go in my workroom. I love it. What do you think? This has definitely been my favourite make so far. This and the jam jars. This has been my favourite. Okay, right, so just before I go, I just want to show you a couple of things that you've seen me find and that I've mended to repurpose. And one of them is this. Remember, Mick found it and it had one leg missing, one little foot. So, ball of clay, a bit of paint, and there you go. Fully usable again. Yeah, just very, very simple. Just put a foot on it, a little ball. So that's one that I've done. And this, do you remember me getting this from the snowy dump? She was a little bit bashed at the bottom, but I also found a panyan stopper that was broken. Do you remember? There's like a big massive chunk out of it, but I just added clay to it. I tipped it that way around and I sat her on top. I painted her all in the acrylic paint, that sand one that I showed you before, that I did the little ram's head in. Do you remember? The ram's head. Paint, because she was that colour anyway. She was this sort of colour anyway, but patchy. So I just painted the whole thing and put a lovely vintage velvet ribbon around the base. But look at that. Isn't she beautiful? Yeah, so she sits on my shelf. Well, what else? This. I found this beaker on Snowy Dump again. It was in 2 halves. Big all the way around. 2 halves and a big crack down there as well from the top. And a little chip. So I'll just put some clay in the chip, a bit of a sand. I glued it all together in one piece. And I use it, put my scissors in. I don't know what it was about that, why I didn't leave it. I love the colour, I love the pattern, vintage pattern. I just thought it was nice, so I kept it, fixed it, and I use it. What else have we got? Oh, this, what I keep my paints in actually. This, like a mini dough bowl. God, I can't remember where I found this. I don't know, maybe the local, the dump that's nearer to us, but this is like a mini dough bowl. But it had that big wedge out here. But that's nothing. It's nothing, is it? I just filled it with clay and then gilded it. And it's a perfectly usable bowl. And I use it because I've not got many paints actually. I've got some more coming, but I've not got many paints. But yeah, put the paints in it. Usable bowl. Hope you enjoyed that, and thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to press like, don't forget to press that notification bell, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And also, if you really enjoyed it and you'd like to support this channel, please don't forget we have the Ko-fi link down below where you can donate the price of a coffee. Thanks. Bye.